Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The year 2023 was full of exciting developments for Linux. Linux, a free and open source operating system developed by a large community, has made many advantages. In this year in review, we will look at the most important events of the year. It starts with observations and then moves to my personal perspective. Ready? Let's give it a start. A calendar year always means a bag full of new Linux distros. A new trend is slowly crystallizing here. Classic distros, as we have known from the last few years or decades, and now transactional distros are emerging. These include OpenSUSE MicroOS, Fedora Silverblue, Ubuntu Core, Vanilla OS or NixOS. All these distros come with a new vision and they want to realize as they see fit. I don't know what the future holds in the Linux environment. I only know that it will be exciting and interesting. The Linux kernel, the heart of Linux, receiving many updates, especially the Series 6 major this year from version 6.2 to 6.6. At the time of creating this video, it was not yet clear whether version 6.7 would make it to the end of the year or arrive in early 2024. These Linux kernel updates not only brought bug fixes, but also performance improvements. The performance optimizations made Linux faster, especially on older computers, and always bring new drivers for the hardware. The user interface is what we see on the screen when we use the computer. In 2023, there were many improvements to the interfaces for Linux. GNOME and KDE should be mentioned here as the largest desktop environments. While KDE is working on the 6th generation, the current 5 version is still being improved and maintained near to perfection. The GNOME project released the 45 series of GNOME Shell, which was a huge leap forward and brought many technical innovations, which involves and makes the desktop absolutely gorgeous. Other environments such as Cinnamon or Pantheon are working under the bonnet to make the respective desktop ready for Wayland. The background is that Red Hat is shutting down the support for the classic X11 server, which means that this veteran model is seeing dusk. The Linux community is like a big group of friends working together to make Linux better. In 2023, there were many projects that the community worked on. This year, there were once again numerous events centered around FOSS and Linux. These included the Linux App Summit, the OpenSUSE conference, the Ubuntu Summit, to name just a few examples. There was no shortage of events. I was particularly looking forward to Debian 12 and the preview of Cosmic Desktop. Well, here Debian did not disappoint me. Version 12, codenamed Bookworm, was released in summer and consistently continues the stable branch of Debian. No negative surprises, but rather consistency and continuity, just as the Debian users want and are used to. My compliments to the Debian project at this point. I was actually expecting System76 to release an official preview of their new Cosmic Desktop environment. Although you can install an early development version of Cosmic on Pop! OS 2204, it is anything but at a testable stage. I would describe it as a shell because there is not much going on yet. So it's questionable whether Cosmic will be ready in time to debut with Pop! OS 2404. Because let's not forget, in just roundabout 4 months, Ubuntu 2404 LTS will be released, which will also be the basis of Pop! OS 2404. As a reminder, Pop! OS 2204 was released almost at the same time as Ubuntu 2204 in April 2022. So if System76 keeps up the pace with Pop! OS 2404, could it be that we get the GNOME Cosmic Desktop again? I don't know, will be exciting. As always, the list is not judgmental, but in a chronological order. OpenSUSE MicroOS, Nobara 38, Debian 12, Linux Mint 21.2, 21.3, and of course LMDE 6. Ubuntu 23.10 and Fedora 39 with GNOME 45. Of course, the Ubuntu and Fedora versions always represent the technical step of innovation in the year. Therefore, Ubuntu 23.04 and Fedora 38 could also have been listed, but GNOME 45 debuted with the October versions, so they were listed. Debian Bookworm anyway is already mentioned in detail. OpenSUSE MicroOS gives a foretaste of the possible future at OpenSUSE, and Nubara was once a refined desktop version based on Fedora. It's amazing that a distro was created by a single Red Hat employee. For me, the most important top video is the one on the Microsoft Service Contract. Yes, no Linux video, a Microsoft video. It informs a large number of users about the changes. For me, the motivation behind my blog and my YouTube channels is first the foremont to have fun with FOSS and Linux. But it is just as important to educate people about certain unpleasant topics. I think I've managed to do that with this video as far as I can. For the next year, I'm looking forward to Ubuntu 24.04 LTS, Pop! OS 24.04, Linux Mint in the 22nd generation, and OpenSUSE Slow Roll. As already briefly mentioned, another Ubuntu LTS version will be released next year in April. This will again trigger a wave of new distros. Not only the official flavors like Kubuntu, Xubuntu, Lubuntu and so on, they all will be included, but also forks such as Linux Mint or Pop! And with Pop!, I'm curious to see how they will solve it with the Cosmic desktop environment. It will also be exciting to see what the future holds for OpenSUSE. Thanks to the change from SLE to ALP at SUSE, there is currently some unrest at OpenSUSE. This will hopefully subside somewhat in 2023, and there will be clarity through a script or roadmap. Before we slowly come to the end, I would like to ask you to share your opinion. What were your special moments, distros and experiences in this year? What are you looking forward to the FOSS Cosmos in 2024? I am looking forward to hear what you write, what you found exciting and outstanding. I would like to say a few personal words to you. We are closing to the second year on this channel. I'm a passionate advocate of FOSS and Linux, but not fanatical. My heart burns for it, and that's the only way I've been here for over 20 years. This YouTube channel was launched in February 2022, and today we have just under 2,600 subscribers. I don't want to judge whether this is a good or bad figure. I'm satisfied. The channel has around 68 videos, and these have archived around 300,000 views. And all that without ever having spent a cent on advertising. This is all purely organic growth without any form of acceleration. This makes my heart very happy. It seems to like what I do and how I do it. I say thanks, thanks, thank you. I will continue to expand FOSS and Linux channel unchanged. Thank you for your valuable time. Thanks also for your loyalty, and I wish you a happy new year. See you soon, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.